Hi there, welcome to another educational video documenting my Web3 expeditions. This video is about what may be one of the most interesting blockchains out there. It also has an airdrop. Basically, you can mine the token of this project pre-TGE, and the TGE is still March 31st. Now, I regretted not taking it seriously after the initial airdrop phase. So there was a mining period initially which I participated in. After that ended, I removed my equity. If only I'd left it on there, it would have kept mining a tangible amount of the Kinto token. But I've resumed on it by adding some equity. And I feel that the mining rate is good because TGE is still far away in March 31st. Now, the reason that I repicked interest is because the value proposition of the chain has increased tangibly, and that is obvious based on the upcoming sale, which is about to happen 4 hours from now. I don't know if I'll participate in it, but the sale is an auction type of sale. So the price range for one Kinto is going to be between $10 to $30. So auction based. Now, at the end of the sale, it can end up at maybe a $30 valuation per token, and that will be the base price of the token at TGE, meaning it can increase in valuation. Let's say it ends up even if a 3x from the base price, that will be $100 per token. So a good token to mine. The supply is very low, starting at 3.3 million initial circulating supply, and the total supply is around 10 million, all of which will be mined. So even going forward, it could be a very good token to mine because of the scarcity of it, but also because of the blockchain involved. Now we're talking of a gas-free blockchain. That's the first of its kind. Now, how can they pull off a gas-free situation? It's because there is no spam. Also, there is hardly going to be scam on the blockchain because it's a KYC type of blockchain. It has only, I think, 75,000 total users or so. So it's not a crowded chain. Now, it incorporates both centralized exchange and decentralized exchange features. It features stocks, features ETFs and all that. And again, it's gasless and has account abstraction. So you don't need to store passwords and all that. The onboarding is just very seamless. Now, the only issue is that it requires KYC. Okay, now if you want to participate in the token sale, the link will be in the description. I'll then give you a gist of how to deposit funds on it. It's a bit technical. Now, if you don't end up participating in the token sale, your deposited equity can be used to mine Kinto until March 31st. I believe that the returns will be good. Okay, so trending assets are hyper liquid, although there are other assets you can deposit. So you can deposit hype, you can deposit staked Ethena USD. This is a stable coin. The mining rate for this one, for depositing this token, besides the 10% APY you get, is 1.22x Kinto. You'll also be earning Ethena points towards the Ethena airdrop. You can also deposit, there are many obtainable assets you can deposit, whether it's a stable coin, USDC. Like in my case, I deposited USDC. And USDC, this is just 2 or 3 days ago that I deposited this. Imagine if I had deposited it for the months that this has been running. I should have. So 2 or 3 days has given 1.86 Kinto. If the valuation of Kinto reaches, say, $100, we're talking almost $200, but this will still run until the end of March. Okay, so now this is the basic way of mining the token, but it's not the most optimal way. So in this is passive in nature. I simply deposited USDC and it's mining without any interaction, without any activity. But it's also possible to mine through trading, especially if you trade with leverage on Hyperliquid. That is for those who know how to trade leverage. The mining rate is better. I can't remember the breakdown, but it's quite high for those trading. It's based on fees spent. So now the fee is from the Hyperliquid side. So I think I'm not very sure the mining rate any longer, but this is the highest mining rate because not so many participants in this category. So maybe for every $1 spent, I don't know exactly how many Kinto you earn, but many people, based on Twitter, they rely on mining Kinto from this category. But of course, for this one, you need to trade leverage, any of the tokens featured here. Of course, you need to deposit USDC to get started. So we'll talk about depositing USDC later. For the other methods, it's about holding whitelisted assets, just holding it, and then you'll start mining. So, so based on the assets here that I have in my portfolio, I'm mining Kinto. Okay, so if we go to okay, so any of these assets on display here, you can deposit and it will earn you Kinto. It's just that the mining rate is different. So in my case, the large bulk of my deposit was USDC. Okay, because that is your entry token. So how about funding? So if you go to my account, this is not the total. Okay, let's leave it at that. If you go to assets, no, portfolio. Okay, so if you scroll down here, now this will also give you Kinto, but I don't know the rate, which is lending. So that's for those who are interested in lending. Now, another interesting thing about this chain is it's insured. So even if you lose funds, you will get it back through the insurance. So there are different tiers when it comes to insurance. The basic count covers $2,500 worth of loss. I think up to $25,000 worth of loss. Okay, so you can also lend, and borrow. That will also earn you Kinto. But at a basic level, if you want to... Now, trading, okay, the trading featured here is Hyperliquid. Okay, so to fund your account, it's a bit technical, so let's just cover that and end the video. So you scroll down, fund. Now, the issue that makes it a bit technical is if you decide to deposit USDC, for example, you have all these options. You can deposit from an external wallet, from Coinbase, or from centralized exchanges. But when the funds arrive, it will arrive on... So let's say I choose external wallet, continue. So I have all these options are Arbitrum, Base, Ethereum, minimum of $100 USDC deposit. So let's say I choose Base and I deposit, it will provide me a deposit address. I deposit to the Base chain. When it arrives on Kinto, you will not find it because it's not yet on the Kinto blockchain. It's still on the Base blockchain within this application. So you actually need to swap it. No, is it swap or bridge? Okay, yes, swap. So that it arrives on... No, I don't think swap is the correct function. Wow. Send. Please bear with me, because I struggled when I deposited. I was looking for the funds, I didn't realize it was on the parent chain, but it needs to be bridged to the Kinto chain. So let's say assets. Oh wow. Send, trade, lend, fund. Wow, wow, wow. I apologies, apologies. I can't simulate simulate what I have in mind now. Portfolio. Because when you deposit your USDC, it will not be earning Kinto without it being on the Kinto chain. So you have to move it to the Kinto chain. So I can't remember. Is it bridge? I mean, okay. No, not this. Wow, wow, wow. Trade. Let's see trade. It's not this either. Assets. Anyway, I'll give you an avenue to reach me if you are struggling. Wow, wow, wow. Count portfolio. Wow. A bit of a struggle there. I think the flow is on after the deposit happens. There is a flow for bridging that the funds that have arrived on base to Kinto. It's a gasless situation. Interestingly, I cannot find out where I did it, how to do it. Assuming. Is it swap? Okay, so it's actually swap. Wow, such a struggle. So it's actually swap. So let's say we have wrapped ETH. It's just that all my funds are already on Kinto. So let's say the wrapped ETH is on Arbitrum. Then you want to receive USDC on the Kinto chain. So it says here on Kinto L2 you will receive this. So it's actually swap. Okay, so after you are deposited, you come to swap, and then you swap from the parent chain to the Kinto chain. Then you will start earning Kinto. A bit stressful. Now for the token sale, same thing. To participate in the token sale, the funds has to be on the Kinto chain. Where is it? Is it difficult to... Okay, to participate here, your funds has to be on the Kinto chain as well, USDC. So if I click here, it will bring you to the sale page. Okay, so I don't want to, let's see, deposit. So I don't know which chain this is taking place on. Okay, hopefully you figure it out. I want to, if I'm going to participate in this, I'll be doing it offline. Now, for the auction details of the sale, you can choose what price you want or you deem the token is, but it doesn't mean that you will get an allocation, especially if at the end of the auction the price is $30 and you bidded $15, you will simply get a refund. But anything, let's say you bidded $20 and at last the price ended up at 30, you'll also get a refund. Anything lower, you will get an allocation. Anyway, that's about it for this video. Although it's a bit disorganized, if you have questions, ask me on airdropc.com. Use the contact form beneath the homepage to ask me questions, or the Telegram group in the description. Then do well to subscribe to Airdrop reminders by submitting your email here. I'm working on this portal, modifying it to feature 100 solid airdrops, each with its own publication tutorial. Many of the airdrops here are obsolete. I'm going to remove them. Once the 100 airdrops are ready, I'll be sending an email out to subscribers. Also subscribe to the Twitter, AirdropC, the Twitter on AirdropC, because I'll be working on, okay, it's not updated yet. Let's leave it at that. I'll check the description.